Headlines.
Hello. I think I'm having technical difficulties, so I'm going to bring everybody in. Hi, I'm Ashley, and apparently my internet is super slow today. Thank you for joining us for Talent Talk. We have Gergen Robinson.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, you can hear me. I was really scared for a second.
You're all good.
Because I can't hear you. We have Davina Clardy.
Oh. Good morning.
Gergen, I'm pretty sure it's me. It's not you.
We hear you, Ashley. We hear you.
I hear you.
Is Davina there? Oh, I'm just now seeing you. And we have your boy, Steve.
Yeah.
And I am probably going to pop off and restart my internet here, and I will come back on.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up.
Okay.
You know, it is what it is. That's what we call technology, right? Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
That's what we call live TV.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. So, hey, Gergen, you have not done kind of our intro into the day. We've been doing this for I don't know. I think we're getting to 49 episodes now on Talent Talk. We've been wow, you guys, thank you so much for letting us be in your space and tuning in. And wow, 49 episodes. And we've been longer on quarantine, but 49 episodes.
We made a commitment and a promise that we would be here with you. And guess
here
what?
we are.
And we are here. So you know what? We are not going extinct today. Hey, you know what? That brings us into our day of our day of the year, which is Dinosaur Day. Is it National Dinosaur Day or just Dinosaur Day, World Dinosaur Day? I don't know, but it is Dinosaur Day. And today we celebrate those large extinct reptiles, dinosaurs, and they were the main animals on Earth for more than 150 million years. Can you imagine? 150 million years they lived on this Earth. And some of them were the largest and scariest creatures that ever walked on the land. You can imagine, how can man and dinosaur live? Were we all living here together? Was there a lot of questions to be answered? But anyway, the word dinosaur comes from the Greek word meaning terrible lizard. I think there were some really nice dinosaurs that walked the earth. But anyway, that brings us to our trivia question as well. Which continent have the most dinosaur fossils been found? On which continent have the most dinosaur fossils been found? Is it Antarctica, North America, Africa, or Asia?
Does it have anything to do with where the most oil has been found?
I don't know. Very good question there, Gergen. You know what? And when I think about dinosaurs, and we were actually reminiscing about some of the dinosaur shows, right? But you know what? I can tell you that my favorite one is actually more recent, which is Jurassic Park.
The dinosaur show?
Yeah.
That kind of comes up. That's like the dinosaur show.
That is the Jurassic Park. And they made 10 of them. I don't know. There's a lot of them.
I think it's changing up there.
Yeah. So anyway, and Gergen was talking about he's going to tell us what his favorite dinosaur is. And we're like, ooh, he's going to make us wait. Ooh. So
I don't know about you guys. When I was a kid, I used to love looking at like books with dinosaurs just because it seems so fantastic. Oh, so actually in and out. Wasn't that interesting? But with the from the very beginning, just one dinosaur always struck my fancy. And you guys were guessing different ones. You were guessing like the T-Rex. That's everybody's favorite, right? Davina, your favorite is?
I like the Brontosaurus. Big.
And why do you?
Well, it's got the Brontosaurus is just very graceful to me. You know, like you see the Brontosaurus and he's like, no, but I don't know what they sound like, but they've got yes, thank you, Pat. I like the long necks. It's just the sleek long necks, and then they're vegetarians, you know, so they're not a threat. But they're beautiful.
They're cute. They're like big
they're
and
beautiful,
cute.
and they're big and majestic and beautiful, and they're graceful to me.
Yeah. I don't know if you can call it cute. Like if something's that as big as like 5-10 houses together, hard to call it cute. Maybe, I don't know. And Steve, you never answered. Do you have a favorite dinosaur?
You know, mine's is Barney.
Oh. Do you want to hear Barney?
No.
Hello.
Gergen, was that your favorite dinosaur?
I love you. No.
I like the three horns. Three horns.
You know what? Yep. Triceratops.
That's what it was. Triceratops.
And guess what? Steve, I am right there with you. Something about the way the Triceratops looks. It's a peaceful animal, or it was a peaceful dinosaur. It was also an herbivore. And they minded mostly their own business. They just look cool. But they're defensive because they've got the shield. But if they need to protect themselves, they've got the horns. So, I mean, compact. It wasn't about grace or anything. And when you say the Brontosaurus is graceful, I don't think about a sloth as graceful. And I'm not sure I think about a Brontosaurus as graceful. Just slow. I agree with you. That's probably how they sounded.
But a Brontosaurus and a sloth are like two totally different. How could you compare a dinosaur to a sloth? Come on.
One's like this, one's like this. And
yeah, really?
The speed at which they operate is what I was thinking about.
Yeah, go stand next to a dinosaur, and I dare you to compare it to a sloth.
Point me out a dinosaur.
The Velociraptor.
Okay. That's only because of Jurassic Park. Oh, greenhorns don't play with long necks. And Pat is exactly right that the girls loved it, because that was the very first quote that Amber said when we were talking about dinosaurs.
That's funny. Yeah, she said The Land Before Time, and then I was thinking I got confused with The Land of the Lost, which was way back in the day.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And I don't think there were any dinosaurs in The Land of the Lost.
There was.
Yeah.
Were there? Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was the stop motion animation. So it was all like jerky the way they would come across.
You remember that? I can't even. All I remember is, you call the SLE stats. I think we're going way back. Like half of everyone listening is like, what the heck? But Google Land of the Lost, and it was like, if you look at the technology, I think we'd be embarrassed, right?
Well, they did all their scenes like in front of some level of I don't know if it was called
like green screen or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Because they were essentially just superimposed over scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
I know. You go back to look at that. I saw a couple of episodes, like it was a couple of years ago. They were playing some episodes. I forgot what it was on, but it was just it was comical. It was entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
So bad it's good.
Yeah.
That's right. It was so bad it was good.
But that was like cutting edge back then. That was like, wow.
I don't think anything that was on Saturday morning was cutting edge. But I really do miss Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, yes. Speaking of dinosaurs, I think that came on right before HR Puffin stuff, which he was actually a dinosaur. Wasn't he?
No, he was a something. But
he was a dragon. Is it a dragon?
He's a dragon because Puff, like Puffin the dragon. Yeah.
No, it's HR Puffin stuff.
Where you go when things get tough or rough. HR Puffin stuff.
Yeah.
Get it this way, you can't get it up.
Oh my God, we are aging ourselves over here.
The whole Sid and Marty Krofft.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to change it because this is before Ashley's time. She totally would not relate.
There's a millennial in the room.
Right.
Millennial.
Right.
Like,
alert.
Oh gosh.
All right, you guys. So we got.
At least she doesn't say like "Okay, Boomer" to us or something like that. It's okay, Boomer.
Go ahead. All right,
you guys. So we got some real estate updates. Just kind of making you aware. So a couple classes that we have coming up for our brokers. We do have our office meeting tomorrow at 9:30. We have our forms Friday coming this Friday at 9 o'clock, 9 to 10 o'clock. It's open to everyone. So if you're interested in getting to know more about the forms, come in. We have a link, I believe, in the our comment section, and it'll also be on our Facebook page where you come in and register. We'll be going over some financing addendum forms. Also tomorrow, or is it tomorrow? No, today. We have at 9 a.m. what we call a UCR lab class. We'll be working out a workbook 4, which goes over using trend graphics and market insights to help build your business, go over information, statistical information as far as what's going on in your neighborhood or city or county. You can break it down and be really hyper local information, become that hyper local expert within your marketplace. So that's a great class that we have coming up today at 9 o'clock. Then today at 10 o'clock, we have another class, which is on our jlstraining.com site, which goes over how to host a virtual open house via Facebook Live. So with the time that we're in right now, being able to learn how to use Facebook Live, host a live open house or a virtual open house is a great tool to be able to figure out, how's the best way to do this. So check them out. And I think for right now, that's all we have going on for classes, which is quite a few. So tune in, learn a bit.
Or tomorrow. The last one is tomorrow at noon. And then we'll get into the other classes along the week. We've got a learn how to enhance your listing detail pages with a listing manager. And that's also on jlstraining.com.
Thank you, Gergen.
You're welcome. It's what I do. All right. So, at some point, I think we're going to introduce something in here, but I don't know if we're set to do it today. But we had a lot of fun when we were kind of bantering back and forth. And I don't know if I would call it debate, but at the very least, discussion. And it was fun. Davina took an opposing view that nobody that doesn't physically play a physical sport, so unless you're playing football, essentially, every other sport didn't count, or maybe rugby too, was not an athlete. So that was actually a fun.
I didn't say not an athlete.
Yeah. No. You said they're all lazy.
That.
Go sit down and just keep their lips not moving. And
I think you're questioning. What sport was it?
I was questioning what is a sport, not an athlete. Come on, Gergen, get it right, dude.
If it's on ESPN, it is a sport.
See, I just took the bus and I ran over you, and then I put it in reverse.
I went on to say that real estate must be a sport. Deductive logic there. Anyway.
Yeah. That was actually fun in terms of conversation, and there was a lot of engagement. So if everybody's interested in something like that, Chrissy had pulled up some debate topics, so maybe we're not ready to do that right now, or maybe maybe Chrissy, if you want to put something in the chat, maybe after we do the next little thing, maybe we'll pick up on one. But we actually have some really good ones of these. And what is these? Well, oh, I have to dismiss something on my computer. Okay. What is these? These are headlines. There we are. It's the headlines. So we actually have some good headlines for you. This is, I like the day when we have a lot of good headlines. Seattle coronavirus vaccine study shows encouraging results. And that is showing 45 volunteers in a small local study. 8 developed antibodies similar to those who recovered from the coronavirus. And what they found is it was on the mid and the low dosages that they got. The high had some side effects. So they're going to continue testing in July. So that was really good news coming out of the testing. And then Governor Inslee came on and opened up the healthcare to even including dentists. So that's a good thing. So even elective surgeries, et cetera, they do have to operate like everybody else with some guidelines, but that's good news. Oh, hey, also in at the Tacoma Dome, May 19th, 21st, and May 26th and 28th from 10 to 4 o'clock. Registration is required, but they're doing free drive-through testing over at the Tacoma Dome. And this is Kroger. So krogerhealth.com/COVID testing. And there's an 800 number in there as well. So click on the article for that. That's very cool to see. And then we have, excuse me, this is just a fun little thing. If you want to see what the restrictions are for some of the countries as airlines are really kind of getting back into place, or as this is lifting and more people are starting to fly. And one of the ideas I really like is nobody sitting in the middle seat. That would be phenomenal. Unless they, of course, said nobody on the outside or inside seat, and you could just have one whole section to yourself. That would be cool. Let's see. Oh, did I go backwards on those? I did. Oh, sorry about that. Let's see. Typical mortgage payment. We've got additional. Oh, this is good news. So from last year, the affordability improved, even though the inventories remain tight. Affordability for buyers has really increased for the 10th straight month in a row. That with lower mortgage rates, smaller price increases or appreciations. So we actually saw from year over year in February 19 to 20, a 21% drop in the interest rate from 4.37% down to 3.47%. Which kind of leads into this, which is 7 things your first-time homebuyer should know about getting a loan right now. So with all the different things, take a look at this article if you are in the process, you're helping to advise somebody. This is a nice little thing to bounce some ideas off of and really get somebody prepared to be able to get that mortgage, especially in the time of COVID. With the NAR, this is Lawrence Yun, the chief economist. Basically, he's saying what we know, which is, inventory is low, demand is high. There are fewer pending and closings, but it is picking up. And fewer pendings and closings because we just don't have the inventory right now. It's not due to demand. And then with the how to rediscover happiness. And sometimes some people feel like the key to happiness is productivity, right? But what they say, science says, is actually that, if you're happy, you will be more productive. So they recommend, at least in this article, just a 3-course meal of some G's: grace, gratitude, and growth. So if you want a nice article to make you smile and make you feel better and something to do, this is a good one. Now, this one is my wife. My wife sent this over to me as soon as she saw it. This is from from Fisher Scones webpage. They are, if you love fair scones, this is what you got to see. And I highlighted 2 of them. You'll see the whole schedule. But this Sunday, they will be at the Tacoma Boys location. So you can, from 10 to 4 o'clock, go and get a piping fresh scone. And then next Sunday on the 31st, my wife's birthday, from 10 to 4, they will be at H&L Produce in Lakewood. And she has requested me to go get one for her. And then the last one. Okay, we've been locked in quarantine, not being able to go out. Zoos, everything else are closed. If you want something that could be fun to do with the family, you have to make a reservation. But at Northwest Trek, they are doing small caravans. You stay in your car with your family up to 8, and they will, with an app, guide you all the way through Northwest Trek. It's like 70 if you're a member, 80 per car. If you're not, you have to make reservations. It's going to be open to the public starting on May 27th. And for members, it's already currently going on. So check that out if you're looking for something to do. And that was the headlines.
Nice.
I liked the headlines today. I thought there were a lot of fun, good things today.
Lots of stuff, lots of news going on. Scones are in test. Scones.
Well, we didn't have the spring fair, so you didn't get the scones at the Washington Spring Fair. So here you go.
Yeah. Davina, you're on mute.
I wasn't saying anything anyway. I was just moving my lips. I'm just kidding. But there isn't going to be a fair in the fall either, right? Wasn't that canceled?
Not that we've seen.
Oh,
I don't know if they made the announcement yet.
No. Okay.
The Pierce County Fair was canceled.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I hadn't heard that, but
and Donna said the Pierce County one has been canceled as well.
Yeah, scones are amazing. And I was saying that even you can actually buy the scone mix during fair time at Costco, and we tried it, and they actually sell the fair scone mix, the Fisher's fair scone mix, and the Fisher's jam or preserves, raspberry preserves. Oh my goodness, we did that last year and made our own scones and sloshed them with butter and a dollop of raspberry preserve. Oh my goodness.
If I could make my own, I wouldn't move.
So good. Yeah.
And actually, I think Ashley's saying that's exciting because apparently she can't get back in. But I think she's saying that's exciting to the Northwest Trek. I mean, that's really cool. That you can get out. You can go in a small caravan. You stay in your own car. But anyone, you can have up to 8 people, kind of supposed to be from the same household. And instead of going on the tram, you can download an app, and you're going to go in a small caravan following other cars, and you're going to have Northwest Trek all around you. So all the wildlife, the animals. Hopefully, they don't charge your car. I don't know what insurance requirements are, but yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And Ashley's excited for that.
Yeah, and you got to make reservations for it. Oh, and you also saw the that surprised me. I didn't know about that. The drive-through testing for COVID-19 over at the Tacoma Dome. So we've been hearing that testing is very limited, and you have to, you almost have to be having symptoms and such.
Look, who's this? Ashley, you can join us.
I'm going to try one more thing.
See, look, we have her with us. Totally.
Okay, I'm going to try one more thing. We'll see if I can hear Gergen.
Okay, she's going to try one more time. Okay. Look at that. We can literally have her on. Can you see them?
Clear as day.
Yeah.
They can see you. Everyone can see you, Ashley. So we literally still can have you on the show with us. But I have you right next to me. Isn't that cool?
I really like this spot a lot better, actually.
Yeah.
So if I could just continue to do talent talk from this spot.
Right here? Yeah. What? Oh, I can't see what you're seeing.
You know what would actually be fun is if we did a conference call and we just had it highlighted to Ashley's face, and then Davina, you could reach up to your upper right, and then I could bring my phone up and we could just pass Ashley around.
Oh. Like this, when we talk about technology, this is like Star Trek stuff back in the day. Like, how could something like this happen? Right? All
right. You know what? Christy did. Nice job, Christy. She put a little conversation topic into here.
Can you hear us? You're here?
I'm here.
You're back.
Yay.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
would you accept a one-way ticket to Mars?
No. I'm sorry. I just answered that really quick. Nope.
I don't know if there's enough incentive, like as the question is asked. You know, if you start adding incentives to it, would you take a one-way ticket to Mars? And we already have everything set up where there is a community up there. Your family is going to come there, and we will supply you with everything that you need.
So my second family, or
Does Raul know about this?
Right. Is Mars like heaven or something? Because then
I feel like I'm a hard no too.
What's
I
that?
have no desire to go to space. I'm a hard no.
You could set up a real estate company up there, and there'd be like lots of rock you could sell. Like you could buy like 100 acres for like, like a hamburger or something. Just.
I've got this crater I could sell you.
That's right.
Anyway, when you said a hamburger, I thought about Wimpy. Didn't he always try to negotiate for burgers or something?
I'll gladly pay you today for a hamburger today. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
You got that look.
It's a hard no for me too.
I honestly think for me, it depends on the incentives. If there was something where either could be with family and the people you love, and there's some kind of communication to go back and forth where you wouldn't completely lose everything, or B, if there was some way that it truly set family up for some level of a legacy, and it would do something for them. I don't know. It would really, for me, it really depend on incentives, but on face value, I'd say no too.
Yeah, Christy asked, could she take her dogs?
That's a deciding factor.
What's one way?
Yeah.
What if it was just to go visit and then come back? Would you then?
But one way is just a one way.
Yeah. To visit, that changes everything. One way is like, boom, I'm there. And this is it.
Well, how long does the trip to Mars even take, though?
Oh, that's a good trivia question. I'm thinking years.
Yeah.
Months?
I don't know. There's not exact because of differing orbits. So you'd have to actually time it out right, apparently.
I think you can find out how far. Oh, there it is. 7 months.
Oh, 7 months.
Between 150 to 300 days, depending on speed of launch, alignment of Earth and Mars, and the length of the journey the spacecraft takes to reach its target. So
here's the question. So if it's 7 months here on Earth time, is it really feel like 7 months, or does it feel like it's been a day and then time is different?
Oh, I'm sure it feels like way more than 7 months. If you don't get the sun kind of coming in and out and you start losing track of whether there's even been a day or not.
Yeah, but there's no sun, but you're traveling at the speed of light or at a very high speed. Well, you're not traveling at the speed of light.
You're living in the future.
Yeah, you're not traveling at the speed, but you're not traveling at normal speed. Like, how fast are you traveling, and does it really feel like 7 months?
If it was really the speed of light, I think we would be traveling much, much faster. I don't think we broke that barrier yet.
What was that comment? So depending on our position and speed, time can appear to be faster and slower to us relative to other in a different part of space-time.
Yeah. I mean, even without, our mind is so interesting because time is always relative, right? Because when we're doing something that's really fun, time flies. When we're doing something that's incredibly boring, it just crawls. So, perspective has so much to do with that, I think.
Well, and time has to do with the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun. There isn't that. That doesn't happen in space. So is time different?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd have to guess yes.
Interesting.
I'm going no, it's not different.
We need to get an astronaut on the program.
Here, let's just beam one out.
Astronauts in the house.
Yeah. I mean, I think Steve's right in time doesn't actually change in the measurement of time, but the perception of time, I think, really changes how we perceive it.
That's it.
Because again, we don't have to go into space for the perception of time to adjust for us.
Well, I'm still not going.
I think we got a lot of hard no's out there in some of the comments that I see.
Not Owen. He would
Not
definitely
Owen.
go as long as he can get Starbucks, enough food, water, and pleasantries for my fam and I.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
We've got one taker for a one-way trip. I think it would be great for the introvert, but I feel a lot of the real estate people are a lot extroverted people who wouldn't survive the trip there.
I'm an introvert by nature, but I think we all wear a few different traits.
Yes. It's almost 4 times as long as we
Here's the thing. Somebody needs to live over there for about 100 years before we need to know what the impact of human life is going to be on Mars and all of that before I think it would be feasible to, yeah.
If going to Mars allows you to live for 100 years, might be interesting.
Well, I mean, not one single person, but just anyway. All right.
Yes, and Pat, absolutely. It's 4 times long, almost 4 times longer than the quarantine. So no restaurants, movies, waitlistness, wouldn't even allow a card game except on a device. That all has to be taken into consideration. Again, for me, it's all about the incentives.
I get that, Gergen. Yep.
Tell Donna, watch out. Gergen might be getting on a ship to Mars, depending on what.
When I was growing up, my dad more than once called me a space cadet. So, all right.
I'm sure that was a call.
With that, Chris.
Oh, I thought you were giving me a nice little intro into the.
Okay, we can go there too. So we have got the tip of the day. So as always, we try to bring you just a little bit of something that you could use. And this is going out to all our realtor friends out there, people within our office. Tip of the day that we have.
Is doing the tip of the day, or is Steve doing the tip of the day?
Oh, that's
Steve
right.
Steve definitely is.
Okay. This is the great thing about live, folks. We are on the way. It's like shooting from the dome here. Like, bing, bing, pew, pew. All right. It's one of those days, people. All right. So, tip of the day.
Boy, Steve, you got some guns there. Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, my God. This is one of those days. It's starting off.
I'm going to Steve's house.
Well, it's a good day to laugh.
Anyway.
It is.
All right.
It is.
All right.
We're at home. You've got to have a great attitude and enjoy what you're doing, and just really sometimes just take that minute out to smell the roses and enjoy the moment. So, all right, you guys, tip of the day. So, one of the things we try to do is just try to make sure that we're giving you something that you could use and really help build your business. So, tip of the day: record and post a buyer oriented video today. So if you have, one of the big things that we talk about is the use of video, kind of like what we're doing here, stepping outside of your comfort zone and maybe putting up a video that's going to be geared towards buyers. Maybe talk about an article that you've read, maybe preparation advice for buying a home, talking about how we're still moving forward, how we're still able to show homes, kind of the way we're going about showing homes. Talk about our virtual buyer programs that we have available. Understanding maybe lending or talking about some sort of lending, maybe even market reports. But there's a lot of information that you have as a broker that would be great for someone out there who's listening that could use it to be able to put on a video, quick, 1-2 minute video about something that can really help that buyer out, whether it's tips that they can use, tips in lending, partner up with someone like maybe a lender, title company, maybe even a home inspector, and just put out some information. So put together a buyer video. That's a tip of the day.
Yeah. And kind of a challenge too. I think what we've been doing is kind of challenging our fellow peers to get into action and try some things that move you outside your comfort zone, because that's what we talk about every single day, which is being bold, doing something. And as we do, just like we've done with Talent Talk, even though today has been a lot of fun, we've significantly changed or grown as we've done these Talent Talks from the first day that we did it. And we wouldn't be doing what we're doing today or in any capacity if we hadn't started. So I feel like so many of the tips we're giving are helping the engagement and getting started in new things.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta start somewhere. And it doesn't have to be some elaborate production. Most of the time, and it's hard to swallow when you're just saying, okay, just one take. You don't have to have the perfect video, just do something. And usually the first video is the best. And, we're so super critical of ourselves, because I know when I see myself on video, I'm like, ooh, but the reality is that's me. That's what I look like. Mm-hmm. So, just do it. Just do it.
Like Nike.
Yep. One take.
All right. And then we've got Christy on, and then we'll have to wrap here because we got a class starting in a few minutes.
Yes, we do.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Christy.
Hey, so I have a few shout outs for today. So good morning, Sean, Ashley, Freddie, Tim, Sandra, Bo, Lori, Megan, Pat, Renee, Owen, Debbie, Ryan, Donna, Nora. Good morning, everyone. And if I missed anyone in the back, good morning. So today's question: on which continent have we found the most dinosaur fossils? What? Oh, let me reread that. On which continent have the most dinosaur fossils been found? Is it A, Antarctica, B, North America, C, Africa, or D, Asia?
And what was the number one guess?
So the number one guess was North America. And the answer is...
I'm guessing.
Was that your guess, Steve?
It is.
Well, the trivia answer is most dinosaur fossils have been found in North America. Good job, everyone.
Yeah.
You're all winners today.
Yeah. Gergen, you mentioned where's the most oil, but it's interesting because have you been to La Brea tar pits in Los Angeles?
Oh my God. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So that was actually a lot of real dinosaur fossils right in the middle of Los Angeles, and they created a museum around it. So
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went there. I went there. It was a field trip. It's like everyone took a field trip to the La Brea tar pits in was it elementary school?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nice. Okay. Well, guess what? Now
it's time.
Bye. All right. All right, Davina, bring us home.
Oh yeah, it's on me. Anyone have any last final comments before we head out for the day?
No. I had fun hanging out with you guys again.
It was fun. Yes. And as we end our day, and look, let's encourage each other, have a dinosaur of a day, right? Like we talk about being bold, man. Dinosaurs were super bold, right?
How about a dynamite day?
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Dynamite. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining us again. And we're so looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning at 8:15. And until then, seriously, have the most wonderful Tuesday. And we're going to count it out with a huge, humongous Be Bold on 3. You guys ready?
Absolutely.
All right. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Be
Be
bold.
bold.
Bye.
See you guys.